Hello, and welcome to SOMG's podcast show, the show that will talk about Pune's contribution to Indian freedom movement. And I am your host, Harshpreet Nanda. In today's episode, we will talk about the first teacher of India, Savitribai Phule ji. She was a trailblazer in providing education for girls and for ostracized portions of society. She became the first female teacher in India in 1848 and opened a school for girls with her husband Jyotirao Phule. We will discuss about all the ins and outs of today's topic. It will be very interesting, so I would recommend you all to listen to the full podcast till the end. While doing research on this, I personally felt good. Being a girl, it fascinated me to know more and more about what all Savitribai ji did to build up the school and how she started it. She is considered to be the pioneer of India's feminist movement. She and her husband founded one of the first modern Indian girls' school in Pune at Bhide Wada in 1848. Savitribai Phule ji was born on January 3rd, 1831. This day is also marked as Mahila Shikshan Din. She not only championed for education for girls, but also spoke on women's rights. I want to speak one of her famous quotes, and that is, "The lack of learning is nothing but gross bestiality. It is through the acquisition of knowledge that he loses his lower status and achieves the higher one." Savitribai ji gave such a thoughtful and inspiring quote. Savitribai Phule was also author and poet. She published Kavya Phule in 1854 and Bhavan Kashi Subodh Ratnakar in 1892, and also a poem entitled Go Get Education, in which she encouraged those who are oppressed to free themselves by obtaining an education. During my research, I took an interview of Arjuna Chaudhary ma'am, who is HOD of School of Education Department in MIT World Peace University. So, let's listen to the interview. Hi, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So I wanted to know your viewpoints on that. That how that what is the contribution made by Savitri Bai ji?
Right. So I think you know that during that time, the situation of the girls' education, it was really very bad. And that time, Savitribai Phule, she thought of starting a special school for girls. Actually, at the beginning, her friend, she was Fatima Sheikh, and actually Savitribai Phule and Fatima Sheikh, they both together, they started a learning center at the beginning. I mean, they did not start a school at first. They started a learning center where they could teach something to the girl students, and later on, that learning center, it was converted into the school. And that time they really had to face a lot of difficulties, even their own. I mean, Savitribai Phule's mother-in-law and father-in-law both, they asked them to leave the house also. I mean, they were not ready. Like, they did not like the concept also. But later on, the school really started picking up well. In fact, here I would like to add one thing, that first PTA meeting, it was started by Savitribai Phule.
Okay.
Like, whatever problems the students are facing, so she thought of talking to the parents. So we can say that official parent-teacher meeting, it was started by Savitribai Phule.
Yes, ma'am.
And she was also part of a Barber Association, because Barber Association was with Savitribai Phule, because that time when husband used to pass away, those ladies, they had to shave their heads. So barbers thought that, okay, they should support Savitribai Phule in this. And they decided to give education to deprived section, and along with that, special education for the girls.
Okay.
So the contribution of Savitribai Phule in this field is really great.
Yeah, I also feel that. Today only I visited Bhide Wada and I saw the condition over there. It's not the same.
Right.
So it's great that Savitribai ji started this university, and it was good for all the girls that they were allowed to go to school and they were allowed to study well for their future. So what do you think, ma'am? Was it beneficial for the girls at that time? Was it successful at that time?
Yes. Yes, of course, though they had to face a lot of troubles, but still it was beneficial. I mean, because of them, today we all can actually learn and we are here. So I think all the credit goes to Savitribai Phule. Like, she really had to face a lot of anger of the society, but still she continued giving education to the girls. And slowly, when girls started learning, they also started the importance and they started disseminating the knowledge to the next generation. And so slowly now this girls' education has become a regular part. Now there is no struggle
Yes, ma'am.
as such. Yeah.
Yeah,
So definitely
I totally
it's
agree with you. I totally agree with you. Now the generation has really changed and is really looking forward to change more and more for girls. So,
right.
yeah,
Right.
I got a lot of information from you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time. And
Yes, thank you. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a good day. Yeah. Bye.
As Arjuna Chaudhary ma'am mentioned the name Fatima Sheikh in the interview, I want to tell you all a bit about her. She was an Indian educator and social reformer who was colleague of the social reformers Jyotirao Phule and Savitribai Phule ji. She is widely considered to be India's first Muslim woman teacher. She was born on 9th January 1831. Fatima Sheikh was the sister of Mian Usman, in whose house Jyotirao Phule and Savitribai Phule took up residence. One of the first Muslim women teachers of modern India, she started educating Bahujan children in Phule's school. I personally visited the Bhide Wada area where the school started, and the condition over there is not good now. It's completely destroyed, and the construction is still under process because the matter is tied up with some court process. The government is looking into this concern, but there is no clarity regarding the same. The plan to develop Bhide Wada as a national monument has not taken off due to issues related to opposition from shop owners who run their business from the premises. The shop owners have also approached the Bombay High Court and the matter is sub judice. The school was shut down almost 15 years ago. Savitribai ji is regarded as the mother of Indian feminism. She worked to abolish the discrimination and unfair treatment of people based on caste and gender. She is regarded as an important figure of the social reform movement in Maharashtra, a philanthropist and an educationist. Phule was also a prolific Marathi writer. She played an important role in fighting for women's rights in India during British rule and is described as one of the first generation modern Indian feminists. Nothing stood in the way of Savitribai's quest to educate and uplift women. Not even oppressive social norms of the time, conservative Nisers, or the increasing ostracization she faced. While doing my research on this, I ran into a story which I want to share with you all. In the second half of the 19th century in the old city of Pune, an 8-year-old girl's desire to get educated was met with harsh resistance from the local community with conservative views. Kashibai, daughter of Dr. Vishram Ramjit Ghole, was one of the students in the girls' school run by social reformer and educationist Savitribai Phule ji and other teachers. The local community, however, stood firm that it was unacceptable for girls to venture out, get educated, and made attempts to discourage Ghole to send his child. While their demands were unmet, some people, reputed to Kashibai's relatives, supposedly poisoned the child. Now, the historic Bhide Wada, the building where India's first girls' school was started by Jyotiba and Savitribai, will be redeveloped as a national monument and will house a girls' school. The work on expanding Bhide Wada is expected to commence soon. The school will be run by PMC and the basement will house shops which are already located there. Stay tuned to know more about Pune's contribution to Indian freedom movement and also follow the SOMG's YouTube channel to know more about the beautiful, loving and amazing Pune city.